Hey everyone, tonight I'm going to be doing a review for the new Ultra B Combiner team from the current Robots in Disguise line. This was not a set that I was initially planning on picking up due to its simplified nature. I tend to stick to the Warrior class Robots in Disguise toys, since they're kind of the closest thing we have to a collector series for that line. But after seeing it in person, I was kind of endeared to it. The combiner itself is just kind of really reminds me of the old G1 combiners, which were, simple but very cool. So you guys will get to see what that looks like here at the end. All right, so this is the whole team. Consists of Bumblebee, Grimlock, Sideswipe, and Strongarm, and kind of Drift. He currently forms Grimlock's tail. Alright, so let's start by doing these guys one at a time. Alright, first one we're going to look at is Bumblebee. He's larger than the other two cars, owing to the nature of their combiner form. But, the car mode looks pretty much like it should for this version of Bumblebee. Should be, I think, stripes on here that's missing, but, whatever. Alright, but, decent looking car. Wheels roll, all that. So his transformation. That's not supposed to be sticking out. Okay. Flip his arms out, like so. Little arms there. Separate the legs. Flip the little headlight sections back. And you pull his head up. And that's it. There's his robot mode. It's a much simpler little toy than the Warrior Class one, obviously. But, it's got a cute charm to it. Alright, so the next two I'm going to do together, Sideswipe and Strongarm. Sideswipe's in his signature red sports car mode. Strongarm in her police vehicle mode here. Simplified versions of, how they appear on the show. Alright, so, Sideswipe. Not a whole lot of transformation involved. Ready? Flip the arms out, which they don't even stay out very far. Barely even notice. And flip his feet down. Sideswipe. Strongarm's very similar. Flip the arms. And her feet just stay where they are, because they're right there. That's how she looks. Alright, naturally the biggest part of this set is Grimlock. I mentioned earlier that Drift in sword mode forms part of his tail. Can detach if you'd rather go without. Tail's a very strong word for this hideous appendage he has coming off the back of him. The strong point of these toys is definitely not their individual modes. But, he's got all the basic details down. He looks like Grimlock. So his transformation. Flip his little dinosaur top half inward. Like that. Bring the arms down. Flip the fists out. If they'll come out. They don't seem to want to play ball today. There we go. There's one. Let's do it this way. Two. Bring his feet to a standing position there. You gotta separate his halves a little bit to pull out his head and shoulder area. Snap them back together. There's Grimlock's robot mode. one of the better looking robot modes in this set. I think him and Bumblebee are probably the best looking. But, yeah, again, he nails all the basic points of Grimlock. Okay. Oh, yeah. You can see he's got the little hole here to accommodate, like, mini-cons and stuff. I think Bumblebee's got it, too. Well, hell, they all have it. Alright. Let's work on transforming these guys to their combiner mode. Bring his fists back in. We're going to bend his arms like backwards here. Separate his halves. Tuck those little upper bits back in. Rotate these and flip them down. Like so. Bring his feet down. Alright, and he actually formed some pretty decent looking robot legs. I like the kind of the thickness of the thighs there, you know, it makes it look powerful, makes it look like it's, you know, supposed to be legs. Alright. We'll do Bumblebee's bit. Push his head down. Arms are actually going to go all the way back. Bring his headlight sections back down. Flip out these little panels here that will fill out the torso. Flip this up. Close it. So here, get the little connector bit to come out and close it back up. And you are going to these two click in there, and you're done. Oh, I think you flip back inwards. Do that. There. Save the dramatic head reveal for last. Alright, connect them. Oh, one thing I should point out, the combiners in this line use the exact same connection style as the Crash combiners, also from Robots in Disguise line. So while you can technically connect them, it looks dumb. There's no like hidden limb mode for the Crash combiners or anything. So you basically just get vehicles flailing around as limbs. Alright, so to do Sideswipe, flip the hood section back, flip the middle part up a little bit, and you're going to pull this out, which ends up being a hand. Little head and torso section flip down, and this lengthens to a better looking arm, and you just connect it right there. Alright. Okay, now for Strongarm's part. Again, very similar to Sideswipe. Put the arms back in. Flip this part to give the hand some room. Pull the hand out. Flip her head and torso section and make it longer. And connect. Now, dramatic head reveal. Bow! There is Ultra B's head. Alright, so there he is. You can give him the drift sword. I should point out that the sword has a hinged handle. It doesn't seem to serve any function. I think it might be a safety measure, so that if kids are playing with it and they like go to stab something, it'll kind of bend and veer off rather than actually, you know, pierce somebody's skin there. Okay, so if you look at his hand here, you can see this little hole, which is going to admit the tab on the handle here. So you're going to go ahead and put the sword in, tab it into a little hole in the hand, and There it is. There is Ultra B with this weapon of choice, also known as Drift. Very much akin to the original G1 combiners. This thing has very limited articulation. Just has arms swinging back and forth, and that's it. I mean, legs can move forward and out a little bit, but due to the very limited amount of ankle tilt on the figure, they can really only move so much. And there he is. So final thoughts on this guy. He's a very unique combiner. You know, there's never been a Bumblebee combiner before. So, you know, you're taking the show's, you know, arguably 5 main characters, making a combiner out of them. Why not, right? I mean, this thing isn't, you know, nearly as complex or impressive as, like, the Combiner Wars figures were. And honestly, when I heard they were doing a Combiner Force subline, I honestly thought we were going to get, you know, RID style Combiner Wars toys, but sadly it wasn't meant to be. I do like this. I don't think it's worth the price point, to be completely honest. This thing's $30 at retail, and for what you get, yes, it is about the height of a Voyager, but given the simplicity of it, I don't think it's worth $30. I would say 20 would probably be more reasonable for this. All right, so I hope you guys found this informative, enjoyable. Feel free to comment on what you thought of it, and also to give suggestions for what you want to see me review next. Odds are, if it's current, I have it. If it's old, I might have it. So yeah, feedback's appreciated. Bye.